Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support of the channel. As always, if you're looking for other ways to do so, you'll find those down in the description. All right, workaday game right here. I am bottom tier. I got tier 10s. I'm in a tier 8, the Astron Rex. Quite enjoy this tank, actually. Been playing it a bit, working on the 100 Battle Challenge with it. It's an actual pretty decent tank as compared to some of the other ones I've done, so hence I've enjoyed it a little bit more. 5-shot autoloader. You can see my setup. I've got vents, vert stab, and an IA. It is shell limited. We're talking 30 shells total. So math in public, what is that? 6 reloads total. Bit tricky. I'm also running cola on this as I have some extra, so no fire extinguisher. Hasn't been a huge problem, but I have burned a couple times. Okay, we're here on Cliffdorf, right? What is this called? Here we go. Himmel's Cliffdorf. And what we're going to talk about today is what you do bottom tier. Because it strikes me quite often as I look at these games, and I'm in a tier 8 or bottom tier overall, that I can be in the top half of the experience or very near the top quite often, even if I'm feeling like I'm fairly ineffectual. So how do we get the experience, get the damage, get some kills bottom tier? What do we do? Well, you could go camp, and we're going to see one tank choose that, the Revel Loris, even though he's got great gun depression. Now, he doesn't have a lot of armor, neither do I. But I sort of understand why he would go where he goes. The Tiger 2 is going to go to kind of a support position as well over there in the west. But the 1-2 line on this map, bottom tier or top tier, is not a great place to go, especially if you're kind of slow and you're not going to get around into the donut right there. So where do I choose to go? Well, right off the bat, I'm going to go towards the middle, and I'm looking for that spotting damage. I'm going to go on the ramp right here, which is a great spot for a tank with decent gun depression. I do have to watch out for the tumor on top of it right there, especially if they send something else with good gun depression. The Kronwagen is the one I'm afraid of the most coming up here. We'll see how he plays it. STB1, that's not good either. Probably going to be able to outduel me, but he goes up a little high. So right off the bat, I know I'm going to have this guy kind of pinned up high for a moment, and we'll see if we can get some assist out of it. Type 61 has pretty good gun depression. So what am I doing? I'm going to a place where I know I can support. All right, I'm not the push guy. I'm not going to rage in there and try to unload my autoloader. I'm looking to be opportunistic. I'm looking to get spotting damage by being forward, and I'm looking to get as much of my own damage or kills if I can along the way. Do I expect to have a 3,000 damage game? That'd be great, but not really. I just want to be part of helping the team win by going to a good position. So you'll see the Emil and the Rev are camping in the back, although the Emil is starting to move forward. Notice the Tiger 2 is over on the 1-2 line down there, and he's kind of anchoring that corner, but very passive spot. Yes, if they push in there, he might get some shots. I guess it's better than nobody being on the 1-2 line. You certainly wouldn't want to get your flank turned. But for me, when I'm looking at where I'm personally going to go, that's not the kind of spot I try to pick. And I think that's a large part of why very often, even in mediocre damage games and bottom tier, I can come out with some pretty decent experience. Because I'm up where you get the experience, where you get the damage, where you do the support. You could be in a glass cannon and this doesn't work, right? If I'm a Scorpion G, I'm probably back where the Rev is, more than likely. All right, I'm not up here in a Scorpion G. Also, there's no Artie, so that is helping me out. But you've got to take every one of the battles as it is. Each match, play the match you have, not the one you wish you had. Obviously, when you go in, as we talked about before, take a look at all of that, take all of that stuff into account, all the stuff you know about the maps, you know about the mode, you know about the tank, and that's part of your initial plan, but then you've got to adjust. I think I finally get, yeah, actually, somehow I hit a screen. I don't know what I hit on that. Maybe, doesn't it have, I think it has spaced armor on the side, and I may have actually hit the gun or something. That was just weird to me that I got a screen not penetrated from the side of a turret. Might have been the spaced. All right, so let's talk about what's going on in this match, though. You can see the STB has made it up there. So right now I'm thinking, all right, I can't get up there right now because the Kronwagen is going to give me hell. There's no way. I might get past this first opening without him noticing me enough to shoot at me, but I'm certainly not going to get up onto this second opening right here and up this road before he trashes me. Also, I'm not really sure if maybe there's a TD back there, so I just want to minimize the amount of guns that can shoot me. But I do want to be the guy to get up and get rid of this STB. All right? That's a powerful spot for an STB. He did lose some hit points. I have some decent spotting at 555. But right now I'm looking to do that opportunistic thing. That's the plan in my brain right now. So I'm starting to make a move thinking, well, maybe I can get up here and start shooting the Kron. And then I notice that he takes a big hit and he's in one-shot territory for me. I'm on a reload. Going to go ahead and wait till I'm reloaded. And then my opportunistic event here is to come in here and get a kill on a tier 10. All right, fantastic. Now it's got me spotted for sure. So I'm going to have to be careful. I don't want to go driving up immediately. But if I'm counting noses, also important in terms of figuring out what your next move is going to be. My whole plan in that was to get up to the top and pull out or kill out the STB one, and then use that position myself. And I have 1,300 hit points. We'll see how that goes. More comments on that later. But if I'm counting noses here, what am I really missing TD wise? Only the T28. So it's possible he's up on that spot up there, but I figure more than likely, based on where everything's positioned, and there doesn't seem to be anybody else kind of out in this flat out here, I'm pretty sure I can get by. In fact, I might be able to do this completely unspotted. So I've got 4 shells. What I really should have done is hit reload right here, because this is going to get dicey. I'm going to come up here and I need to get rid of this STB1. The bummer is I don't think I can quite get to the top before I get proxy lit, or I proxy light. I guess I'll be proxy lit because I can see him right now. Someone else has got him lit. And he's going to notice me just as I'm coming up. One of the problems with this tank is its power to weight is terrible. It just climbs like a slug. So we're going to come up here and we're going to get a pretty good result initially. There we go. All right, so we traded. That's fine. He's down to 1 shot. This should be easy, right? Well, you would think so. But it's Guido, and I'm trying to be more careful than I should have been. I should have just come up and over and finished this guy off. But I take that risky shot. He does a nice job, and the STB just reloads so quickly. I take another risky shot that ricochets. I take a big hit, trying to come up and over. He's not quite reloaded, and I finally kill him. Holy cow. Holy cow, did I get super lucky. And it looks like his last shot actually bounced right there. All right, so extremely lucky. Full hit point Astron Rex, and just a big misplay. I should have come up and over and made sure I killed that guy. But we got rid of him. All right, we got rid of him. And now we've got the hill. And this is not necessarily a done deal right here. You know, the Rev is sitting back there. He's somewhere looking at the card. He's in the bottom half of experience. He got 1,100 damage. He's going to end up with more damage than I had, but less assist. You can see our heavies coming around looking for the Pantera. The E100 is over there still alive, so I've got some shells. We'll come up and over here and see if we can do something to him. And I just don't have the pen really to do much of anything to him unless he gives me some side shot. So I'm going to go for a track. I don't even get that. I do get lit. Now, the T-28's been lit. You can see him. He's over on their spawn point there, so I do have to be careful. I'm kind of dancing around the edge of the draw range with that guy. But it looks like he's sort of hung out on cap most of the time. So they do a little bit of work closing down on us. And now it is 11 to 10. The Pantera's come all the way around, so the IS-4 is finally chasing in there to find him. Or the AE Phase 1, sorry. The IS-4 is actually coming around the other way. I'm a one-shot, so I want to be careful. I'm still in that support mentality right here. Get shots if I can. Pantera's kind of hanging out. But we got 2 kills, I think, on tier 10s. We had the Kron and whatever else we killed, the STB-1. So that's good experience. This is a tier 9, so those are 3 tanks that are higher tiers. It's not huge damage, 722. We got the T-28 now spotted, trying to track him. And I make another mistake here, right? So I don't think he's tracked now. I think I get him tracked. Nope, somebody else tracked him, actually. Looks like mine ricocheted. I should have, though, saved this shell because I really have not a great chance of pinning him. I think I go for the track here, but I shoot immediately after I have reloaded. And I should have waited until the track fixed and try to track him again so that I could then get the spotting off of this guy. Or if I want to try to get a pen, I mean, I could have aimed for the hatch right there, right, instead of what I'm doing. So not too happy with this. Oh, do I go for the middle? I do, like a Muppet. I guess I'm trying to go for the bottom plate, which is really small at T-28. It's also looked down, which is giving it better angle. It's just not a great decision all around. And now I'm on a big reload. So you can see I've only got 722 damage, 936 assists, but I have the 3 kills on higher tier tanks. I'm around the fight where it mattered. I closed down the Kronwagen. Obviously didn't do all the damage, so I got rid of him, and then I got up the hill and got rid of the sniper dude up on top. And what that got me was third in experience, and 933. The cards will come up at the end. So a really workmanlike kind of game. Only 722 damage, 936 assists, and 3 kills. But if you're trying to be a bottom tier effective kind of tank, that's the kind of stuff you can do. Yes, you'd love to get the 2,000 or 3,000. I think the ISU had 1,700, which is nice. The Emil did 11, which was okay. The Revelors had 1,100. So all of our tier 8s actually did okay, except for the Carnarvon and the Tiger 2, which did 0. Now, to the Carnarvon's credit, he was down on the circle. He just didn't have any luck getting any damage. He was a 0 damage guy in that. Sometimes that just happens when you do this. All right. Obviously, when I put a video out and give advice on what to do, it's not the idea that you're going to be able to do that every time or execute what I'm saying every single time, but it is the consistency, and this is a better plan than hanging out in the back. It's a better plan than, I think, being the Tiger 2 and going to kind of an irrelevant position. Right? I say it's irrelevant. Yes, you don't want anyone there, but rarely ever do I go to a position because nobody's there. There are some specific situations potentially, and oftentimes bottom tier, that's a good thing for you to do, depending on the map and the match and the setup and all that. But let's say a scout, right, watching a flank or something like that. But in general, even though you say that, in general, it's better for you to go to more critical positions and try to be a support tank. Be opportunistic. Look for opportunities to help the team. Look for situations that are bad, like the STB getting on the hill. Look for the ability to maybe get up there and get rid of him. Try not to suck as bad as I did killing him. that was a near run thing, man. He almost beat me. Him and the T-28. All right, there you go. So happy Wednesday. Sorry this one's late. It's been a heck of a month so far. Graduations and people coming home from college and all kinds of stuff. But that's all I've got for today on this Wednesday. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you.